people, welcome to writing. We are in our last video of the day, so great job working through your Tuesday. We got one more for you, so keep it up. We are doing writing right now. And yesterday we introduced ourselves to our journals. You got to decorate the beautiful front part of your cover however you like. Remember, we use this journal every single day. It's taking us a little while to figure out exactly how to use it to the best of our abilities, but we're going to use this journal every single day. And today, we get to learn a little bit more about it. So let's take a look at our goal today. Our goal for today's writing lesson is I can identify we're working with 3 steps to start a new journal entry. So each day, once we learn how to use our journals, I'm going to give you a journal prompt. That's a question that I'm going to ask you to think about, a journal prompt. You are going to answer that question by writing in your journal. Every answer that you write is called a journal entry. It's when you enter your journal and you write each day. So each new day, you will have a journal entry. It's an answer to the prompt that we ask you each day. And in order to start a new journal entry, we have 3 steps that you need to take between each one. This is because we want our journal to stay nice and neat, to stay nice and organized, so we can see everything and even go back and find a journal entry if we need to. So in order to keep our journal nice and neat and easy to read, we have 3 steps we need to follow to organize our writing. And what are those 3 steps? They are, number 1, we're going to skip a line. Number 2, you are going to write the date. And then number 3, you're going to again skip a line before you start writing. So, skip a line, write the date, skip a line. Pretty easy enough to understand, right? We are going to practice that today all together. So you do need your journal out. Your brand new journal. We're going to start writing in it today. I want you to just open to the very first page. Just open the cover. The very first page right up top is where we're going to start writing. So make sure you have this in a nice sharp pencil. Okay, let me get out my notebook page. Okay, this is the one I am going to be writing on today. So make sure we can all see it. Again, you are at the top of the first page of your journal. Okay, to practice starting a new entry, we have to pretend there was an old one. So everyone is going to write this sentence in your journal. You can take your time, go slow, we're working to have our best handwriting. But to practice like we already had written something, we're going to say, this is my old journal entry. Okay, we're pretending that this is our old entry that we had already written. So on the very top line of your journal, the very, very top line, I want you to copy down this sentence. So that might save some time. So you can go ahead and pause the video. When you're done writing this down, then you can come back. Okay, pause. Okay, you're back, and you have written down this sentence in your absolute best handwriting. So we have our pretend old entry. This is the end of whatever our answer was to our question. So now we have 3 steps we have to follow before we can start a entry for today. So, the first one was skip a line. So, if this is where we ended, we have to skip a line. That means there needs to be a completely blank line in between. So put your finger on the old entry, that sentence, and skip an entire line and put your finger on the next one. So skip an entire line. You totally didn't even touch this one. So that's our first step. We skipped a line. Now, our second step is to write the date. We want to record which day we wrote which entry. So today's date, August 25th, 2020, because that is today's date. So number one, we skipped a line. Number two, we wrote today's date. So now it's your turn. Do step number two, write today's date, and then come on back. Pause. Okay, you're back. And you have finished completing step number two, which was to write the date. You are going to write the new date every single day. You might have to ask your parents what day it is, and that's totally okay. But also, in every video you see, I put the date. I put August 25th, August 26th. You'll see the date in the video title as well. So that's another clip. Okay, so we skipped a line, number one, and we wrote the date, number two. So now we have our final and third step, which is to skip another line. So we're on our date, and we jump over an entire line. We don't even touch it. We're on our date, and we jump and skip a line. On this line is where we can start writing again. This is where we will answer our question for today. And to practice that, in our skipped line, we're going to write, this is my new journal entry. So we had our old one, and this is our new one that we would be writing today. So skip a line, write the date, skip another line. So go ahead, skip that line, and write in what would be your new journal entry. Copy down this sentence, and then come back. Okay, pause. And you're back, which means you and I have completed all 3 steps to starting a new journal entry. So, I want you to say them out loud with me. Use your finger, move through your journal, and say the steps out loud. Okay, here we go. Say them with me. Number 1, skip a line. Number 2, write the date. Number 3, skip a line. Let's do it one more time. Here we go. Number 1, skip a line. Number 2, write the date. Number 3, skip a line. There we go. We have learned and identified the 3 steps to starting a new journal entry. So, what you are going to do to show me what you know is to take a video of yourself showing me your journal where you wrote down all that I had up here, and you're going to say, number 1, skip a line. Number 2, write the date. Number 3, skip a line. You're going to say the 3 steps out loud by showing me how you wrote them in your journal, just like we practiced together. You're going to take a video where I'm going to see what you wrote, and I'm going to hear you saying all 3 steps. Okay, you can practice before you take the video, but make sure I can see and hear you. Okay, this is going to be your last assignment for the day. I'm so proud of you. You can check your Tuesday off, and I will see you lovely people tomorrow. Okay, let's go.